Welcome to the show. It's Rubbing Shoulders with Mathew on Man Click Television. Today, we're rubbing shoulders with a very young, vibrant man who danced his way from karaoke to politics. Ladies and gentlemen, Rubb'Ng. Thanks. Karibu to the show, honorable to be.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mathew. Like earlier on introduced, my names are Rubb'Ng. Thanks. An aspiring member of parliament, Kibanda South, and also spicing it a little, just like you mentioned, switched ways from entertainment to politics. But this didn't come that abrupt. I also first went into education. I'm a teacher by profession.
Lovely.
And that's why sometimes I'm called Teacher Womwana as a code name. So it is Rubb'Ng. Thanks, Teacher Womwana.
Great, great. Now, so many teachers have been crossing professions from teaching, from the classroom to politics. In your case, you are, transitioning from entertainment to politics. Can you just tell us a brief about how this journey began?
Well, this is a journey that has been full of inspirations, right, from different people. But ideally and iconically, I would refer to my president, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who was basically an artist, an entertainer, and a staunch figure in the entertainment industry. And as well, back then, we were entertainers. And you know how Uganda is trying to drive us, hunting for what to have on the table here and there. And then, regardless, we were still youth. And I think it was a privilege to have participated into all that. But as we grow, you really see there is need for you to upgrade onto some stanzas at which you can easily help the community, inspire more youth, and also try to trim people's journeys onto success.
So that is what inspires you to learn politics, to transition from entertainment to politics. Now, there's so many positions. One would argue that there is a position of the mayor, there is a position of the LC5, there is a position of the district councillor. Why Kibanda South particularly?
Well, see, there is what they always say that when you have a problem of rats in the house, you don't base on the color of the cat to help you into the problem.
Nice one.
And once a wise man said, a man with a running stomach never takes the direction from a stammerer. So in this case, you would have, like you said, different positions.
Yeah.
But definitely, if there is a need for change and an urgent need, definitely I don't see why you should first run for these smaller ones, yet you would go up the other side and spread the light onto these lower ones to pick up the light from you. So I thought maybe it would be ideally to run up the other side, have a bigger voice, so you could spread the light onto these other ones down here so they could copy up, which would be hard if you begin from down here to spread the light up to the other side.
Honorable, when you say you have to have a voice that will spread light to the smaller positions and all that, I think by the virtue that you believe in Robert Kyagulanyi as your president, I think he's a much bigger voice up there already that is speaking to the whole country. You could have probably opted to start from somewhere and then spread the light as you climb ladders and get there. Because some people are going to argue and say, this is a very young man. Where does he get the money? Where is he going to get the support? People maybe barely know him, except the people that you've been dancing for in karaoke and the young people that you've been teaching in school. You're very young and vibrant. What kind of energy do you think you're going to bring to Parliament as a member of Parliament for Kibanda South?
Well, the kind of energy, I'm really actually excited to inform you that it's going to be really vibrant once I'm in Parliament. Why? Because now this is an inspiration right from the ground, and actually it would serve as an immediate example from someone you've been with down here onto earth and then has gone the other side up. Definitely, you are much interested in seeing, actually following the journey that someone has carried all along from the other way you knew him up to the new stage. And basically, I think it is more identical to see that most of the fellows that we started with back in the days see me up the other side. And in actual sense, it will be more easier because I don't think these people are going to look at the other economic side, just like we say people power, our power. Now, we are being brought up by the people's power. And definitely it's so entertaining that by the time you reach the ground, you find that it's the same people you have always been dealing with, your supporters while you were still in entertainment. These are the same people who are going to hype you up, and they will tell you, no, irrespective of what your economic stand, we shall move with you. So there is no threat at all.
Do you think it's about the hype that you talk about, or it's about the issues that you intend to represent?
Definitely, when someone has endeavored to hype you, the person has got the guts to listen to you first. Definitely, they hype you after seeing your product. So I'm very sure that after delivering my message, definitely the vibe comes up in the name of our man has said something. This is something we didn't expect, but now that has brought it up, definitely we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Lovely. That brings me to a question. What are some of the top 3 issues that you think Kibanda South needs you to address? Because as far as I know, Kibanda South has had members of parliament before. You've had the Honorable Jack Odur, I think, as the first member of parliament, and then you had the Honorable Karubanga, and most recently, Jack Odur again gets back his flag. So what are these issues that you think these honorables were not representing in parliament, that you feel like the mandate should be given to a young, vibrant man like you to be the one to represent the people of Kibanda South in parliament? Those 3 issues that you feel you need to tackle that are really, really burning.
Yeah, first and foremost, Kibanda South are really pit with our state right now, that we have been dealing with the leaders who are self-decidious in areas like take decisions by themselves without consulting, and yet we are the bosses at this juncture. So referring to the 3 major things I would like to look at, I would like to look at the creativity of a member of parliament as far as passionate addressing of the community issues are concerned.
Are you saying Jack Odur and Karubanga did not passionately address the issues of people of Kibanda South?
Well, I'm sorry to say they really didn't, because if they really did, you would see that the other one came into power and he was overthrown, and at this time, definitely out of the products of the incumbent, people still see that like they favored him to bring him into power. He has literally played more rubbish than the previous one. So they choose to dump him and opt for the other one first.
Rubbish. Okay, so Karubanga played rubbish on the floor of parliament for the people of Kibanda South. You haven't told me the 3 issues. You've told me about passionately addressing the issues. What are those issues you're talking about that you think affects the people of Kibanda South, well, that you should be the one to address?
Okay, thank you very much. One of the issues is that centralizing the knowledge of wealth creation from the central government to the lowest common person down here. We have always seen followed trends of knowing like the government is setting up policies to help us change our status, but we have seen year to year these policies changing names, but the strategies remain the same. So I think by me coming into this power, I'll have to have these policies, redraft them, and have my common ones from down here elevating to the top notch, so that the people up the other side can sense from the same issues that we have brought from down here to advocate for new policies that we think will help us.
Can I have the second issue?
And then the second one, definitely these people looked at one of the things they promised was to improve on the health sectors. But definitely we have seen this has been a song for most politicians. I'm going to work about this. I'm going to work about this. But we have always seen a number of their inventories have been basically blindfolding us, I don't see the reason as why you bring in an ambulance, the ambulance that is going to ask for money, take the patient to the hospital, in the hospital from where they're going to tell the patient, first go buy these necessities from outside, then come back to work upon you.
That's clear enough.
I would think
that's the second issue.
Yes, that's the second issue.
Yes, can we have the third issue?
And the third issue, these people talked about streamlining the education policies. When you look at the national strategies, this education has has taken us astray from what we would think they would be helping us onto a rail that we are trying to follow, that you have to leave all the stages of education and later on go ask for a job. So what I think is that by me coming into power, I would like to advocate for some skilling hubs, incubator skilling hubs around the community. This would help any student, any learner, or any other native in the area to copy up with some skills as well as taking on education. These are some of the things that we expected these people to be doing, but actually gave us a deaf ear throughout their terms, and this is what exactly has stimulated our coming into. Actually, we wouldn't be fighting these old men, but because we see their terms are really lacking creativity, the creativity that suits a local man's demand.
When you say old men, are you referring to the Honorable Karubanga, Jacodur, or you're referring to the president of this country?
Maybe
you're referring to our fathers.
Suitably, I would call it elders. Actually, it's elders. I'm very sorry that these elders have betrayed even their fellow elders by kicking them off trail that we expected these elders step into power, in that they would take on this charge of advising us, advocating for policies that will call for ancient things that helped them live this long.
Now, Honorable, you speak about these issues very passionately. I just want to hear from you in a summary of about 4 or 3 seconds. What do you think is the role of a member of parliament?
The role of a member of parliament, ideally, is for advocating for policies that will help their people down and also represent the voices of the people in the community onto the panel that is in charge of advocating for more policies to help the resolve the issues down here.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Those are the roles of members of parliament, and you say that these people have not improved the health sector. They're bringing ambulances that are going to be charged. People charge money for these ambulances. Are you saying that you're going to bring free ambulances? How are you going to improve the health sectors?
Well, regarding the health sectors, I believe that by the virtue of fact that we have these elders in the communities, and we very well know that some of these diseases that are actually trying to take most of our people, these were some of the challenges that were being addressed by the elders in the communities. So I would like to advocate for, I think I would call them the first aid spots around our areas, that before you take into the main hospital, there are some cases we can handle from this local community, by also calling upon the elders to take on the roles of taking on the roles of helping the fellow people in the community live with some of these cases, but at a minimized level, not the matter of being that something has happened and you have to be rushed to the hospital, and actually in the hospital you're going to be billed something you didn't expect in the beginning of for the case that would be handled at a local state.
Yes. So how you are going to advocate? It's not like you're going to have these health centers constructed by you or something like that.
Well, when you talk about a health center, it seems like a bigger facility.
Yes.
But I think we can also do some of these healthy facilities in a local, I would say, in a manageable way. I can't run out build a facility that is bigger, big to the one which is already there. But I think we can have the minors that before you take them to the other one, we can first handle situations in our in the most affordable way that we can before you take them to the other side. And some of these,
but these ones are not. What you're trying to say is these small health facilities are not supposed to be transactional. Like, you don't have to pay for you to get a service, for you to get a first aid. You just walk in and then you are attended to. Is that what you're trying to say?
Definitely, that's what I was talking about. But also sensitizing the communities on how to live in prevention of some of these things that will result into the cases that are going to take us into the house facilities, so you can face these tragic conditions there. I would think that by sensitizing the communities, there are some of these cases that we can abolish in our societies. But because we've been dumped and the leaders can't advocate for policies that can educate the communities, you find that people have run out of the knowledge on how basically they can uphold their health status. In the other case, in return, they find themselves lying in hospitals where there is no medicine and everything. I think we would not be seeing this nakedness of such facilities if we had these services brought at this local level that we can easily prevent more than curing.
So all these policies you're talking about and how you're going to advocate for the people of Kibanda South and all that, are you saying this, that you will do this in the government of the General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, or you are looking at a bigger picture of you having His Excellency
Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu,
His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu as the president of this country? Because your ideas seem to be very marketable and very relatable, but I mean, are you going to perform this? Is this your idea or it is your political party's idea?
Well, I'm riding on my own manifesto,
okay,
but as well in line with the party manifesto, and alongside my party president, that is His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. After taking over the power, we believe these are going to be managed in the most easy terms. However, still in this government, such things may not be easily managed. Why? Because we are looking at some staunch offices in the government that really benefit from the statuses in which our facilities are in. So we have always seen a swindling of funds. We've seen the Mabati. We've seen millions being given to different offices. I think because of this government, this is what has slowed down. The processes of even the right members of parliament within the National Unity Platform to go carry on some of these roles according to their manifestos. But I think after rectifying everything and our president is ready in power, he will actually have these procedures taken on in a very speedy way.
Okay. Now, that brings me to one of our very last questions on this particular area. As you're a very young person, and as a young person, how, assuming the people of Kibanda South gives you the mandate, how are you going to balance your leadership with your background of being a youth and the many expectations that come from a leader? Because I know down there your mother, your auntie, and all these people that will give you the mandate will have so much expectation for so much to come from you. How are you going to balance that?
Well, this is quite more easy. I think these are some of the weaknesses that our previous leaders had. When we are looking at leadership, it is not supposed to be a personal centralized, right? Definitely as a prominent leader, you need to have committees. And in these committees, you don't need to step in every field for yourself. Definitely by entrusting the committees, those that have expertise in different areas, these people will help you. And definitely, you don't need to be at your family all the time. All you need to do is overseeing. And I think it makes it a little bit more easier for me to switch in different areas once I have the committee. So definitely, I would like to assure you that even right now as I'm talking, I already have the committees established. These are some of the things that we are not going to wait until we are in power. We already have them at hand, and irrespective of what come may, we are ready to take on what we think is right to advocate for the betterment of our area.
What is your advice to young people that want to join politics seriously, mainstream politics? What kind of advice can you give them? Because in the recently concluded elections, there were so many young people that came on board, so many from your party, so many from other parties. What is your advice to these young people, regardless of the parties they're supporting?
Well, if you feel it, take it on.
Okay.
If you really feel it, take it on, because the time is not going to wait, right? Whenever you feel there is need, please step in and do it, because no one is going to come and do it for you. Just like our president said, if you can run, run. But if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. And if you can't croll, then what do you do next? I don't know.
That is actually not from your president, but that's okay.
It is.
It was someone else's. But that's okay. That's really okay.
Well,
yes.
I think my advice to the fellow youth, the young people, upon respecting your elders, fight so hard to pick their advice, and as much as you can, have the passion to help them live in this world happily. How? By stepping into the possible ways you think you can advocate for policies, you can sound, and if it requires okugogolo mwala, do it. Okay. Because no one is going to do it on your behalf.
True. That's very true.
So I think take on the hoe at the time you think it has just rained and you really need to dip the hoe into the land.
So there you have it, young people. Mr. Rubb'Ng says, if you feel it, take it. Now, this show is not basically, we don't have to be too serious.
Yeah, sure.
As young people now, we have, this is the next segment that we're going for is a little bit of entertaining. I'm going to ask you quick fire questions.
Sure.
And without thinking, and you know, okay, take some water because the questions are going to be a bit random, yeah. So, Mr. Rubb'Ng, do you read the Bible?
Yeah, sure, I do.
What is your favorite quote in the Bible?
My favorite quote is, His divine power gave us all we need in godly life.
What book is that?
That's 2 Peter 2:3-3:2.
Okay, guys, in the comment section, you tell us if he is telling us the truth. Okay, so do you listen to Ugandan music?
Ugandan music. Yeah, I do.
Who is your favorite Ugandan
I love
artist?
Maddox.
Maddox Sematimba.
Yeah.
Okay. As someone who has been in karaoke before, what is your favorite go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song. Wendy.
Wendy. Okay.
Bobby Wine.
I know where that comes from.
I love this track because it raises everyone's appetite. Everyone feels it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that is
lovely.
it.
You support football?
Well, I don't do much of football because I'm a dancer by
You're a
profession.
dancer.
Yeah, but I as well I love football as well because I go there, follow my fellows.
What team do you support?
Manchester United.
Manchester United. How could you describe yourself in one word? Obinganiza, describe yourself in one word.
Self-oriented, inspired.
Just one word.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to have a truth or dare session with you as well. If you weren't an MP, what career, or if you weren't running into politics, or if you weren't choosing being an MP, what career would you be looking at right now?
Tour guide.
Tour guide. Why not just go for tour guiding and leave this for the big boys?
Well, I would have gone for that, but I feel there is more need in my community.
Okay.
I think people have to appreciate what they have.
Okay.
Like what they gave time to raise, feed, take to school and everything.
We're going to need as a karaoke man, you told us your favorite song. I just need 2 lines of those songs as we end the show.
Zemunde kembe o mama naita waloko bawenti abenogo mbalangide.
Okay, lovely. Mr. Rubb'Ng, did you go to school?
Yeah, sure I did.
What nursery school did you go to?
God's Grace
Primary.
Went to several primaries. Hoima Public, Kitara Modern, Kigumba Muslim.
Ah, lovely. Secondary schools?
Went to several as well.
Lovely. So this is the last part of our game, and I'm going to ask you for some nursery rhymes. If there is any that you remember, I will just start and you finish. I start the rhyme and you finish. If you can't finish, we shall know the schools you went to.
Okay, please.
The first one is Baby Jesus,
I love you.
Okay, wonderful. Kappa, Egowa.
Kappa, Egowa, Messi.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Rubb'Ng, thanks. It was a pleasure having you on our show.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Please keep it on Monthly TV. My name is Mathew, and it's been Rubbing Shoulders. And today we've been rubbing shoulders with Mr. Rubb'Ng, aspiring candidate for Kibanda South 2031. Okay, let's meet on the comment section. Please, in the comment section, you can tell us which other leader or which other personalities you want us to host next on Monthly TV. This show will be coming to you every single day. As long as you tell us, after him, please bring us so and so. We are not political. We host everyone that you think is inspiring, and you'd make the choice of who we should bring on the show. Catch you in the next episode.